Ada, how does it feel to not at all be beating the cannibal allegations?
I was never against them in the first place. There's nothing to defeat. Like I said, I said I never done drugs. I never said I was a vegan.
So in this case, vegan means eating things that are not human flesh.
Well, I guess that's the specifics are up for debate, but
Yeah. Listen, there's vegan, vegetarian, pescatarian. What would you call it if you just like specifically don't eat human meat?
well, you see, there's one girl on Instagram or something. She went viral, a little girl. She said she's a vinger.
A vinger.
Yeah, yeah, because she's something like she said, I still gonna have a little meat sometimes.
Okay.
She's like vegan, but she eats meat sometimes.
So it's like a vegan who doesn't really try that hard.
Yeah.
Okay, speaking of not really trying that hard, welcome to Vox Talks, the show where we talk about things and we do it because we're good at it and we like to do it, and also we're Voxes. My name is Zelda Vox,
My name is Ada Vox.
and today we are joined by a very special guest who is currently gluing down her entire face. It's my original drag mother, Ivanna. Hi, Ivanna.
Hi, y'all. What's up?
Oh, not much.
Well,
Not much. Not
I
much at
don't
all.
I don't know if I'd call her a special guest, but she's a guest.
She's the first one, and that makes her special.
Special of various varieties.
So, because I have both of my lovely mothers here today, our topic for the day is going to be drag families.
Work. I like that
Yay.
topic.
So,
Uh,
I think we should start by defining a drag family and the concept of it for the people who are watching this who have no idea what we're talking about.
Okay.
I feel like they talk about it on things like Drag Race, but they don't really like go into the specifics.
So, introducing the topic to the straights is what I'm hearing.
Yes.
uh-huh. So, Ivana, since you're the original drag mom here, do you want to
Yeah.
go ahead and start on the topic?
Um, I would say, I mean, for me, a drag family is just a group of people that you enjoy hanging out with, you are close friends with, you talk with, and you love to do drag together. I think is like essentially the most basic form, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the drag version of the queer concept of chosen family, where
Mhm.
and this isn't true for all queer people, but like for a lot of queer people, they are maybe not close with their biological family for whatever reason, and so they go and they find people that they are close with and that do care for them, and that becomes their chosen family. And so a drag family is really just the drag world's version of that, where we
Mhm.
we have our drag mothers and our drag sisters and our drag children and all that jazz, and we make it a way bigger deal than it needs to be.
Yes, I
Yeah,
mean,
and
I
just like in
have
real life, some of us are accidents.
I was an accident baby in real life, yeah.
Yeah, that tracks.
But yeah, I mean, I definitely think we make it far more dramatic than it needs to be. For instance, like I have one drag daughter, but then I have about like five nieces, and half of the nieces are dead.
Yeah. Well, that's because Mia keeps killing them.
But we love her
We
anyways.
do. So I feel like we should start this off now that we've defined the concept. I think we should go all the way back to the beginning, and talk about how Ivana and I met, because we already did the how Ada and I met story. So now let's see if Ivana remembers how we met.
Is it bad? I don't remember.
No, it was very uneventful.
Was that at the Shay?
It was at the Shay.
Okay, okay,
Yeah, it
okay.
was at the Shay. It was honestly, I don't remember if it was for an
Oh,
open stage or if
I
it was
remember now.
for.
It was an open stage the first time I ever saw you, and
Mhm.
you came on stage and you played a Lizzo medley on your ukulele, and that was the first time I saw you.
I did do that. I did do that. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. So that was my second time ever performing at a drag show. Um, and I, so this was I think like 2 weeks after you had gotten eliminated from Camp Wanakiki.
I don't know what that is.
Exactly. So I was a fan of you from Camp Wanakiki.
I don't know what that is. So
Why do you keep bringing this up?
So I was a fan of you from undisclosed locations. And so I was
my YouTube
fangirling.
channel.
Yes, exactly. From what, 8 years ago now?
Yeah.
So I was fangirling over you, which looking back, I really shouldn't have. Um,
Valid.
but I was like, oh my God, it's Ivanna from the YouTubes. Um, and then you know, were the way that you are.
I was very kind.
You were. Um, which is why we became friends and you're still stuck with me.
Oh, absolutely.
So what I want to know, as someone who wasn't there, I want to know what was going through your head when this whole drag family thing started, because obviously you were more in the scene than Zelda was at the time.
Yeah.
But when you saw her, was it like, oh wow, she's talented, she's doing something different and it's good, or was it like, wow, she needs help? It's like, which one was it?
I mean, I definitely saw that she was very much doing something new and different, and she definitely wasn't terrible at all.
That's one way to put it.
And, and once we convinced her to shave those eyebrows, I mean, it was a game changer.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I think it was just the fact that we were like friends and we were doing drag in the same place a lot. And we both enjoyed each other's drag was the main thing, I think.
Yeah. I mean, you were and still are one of my biggest performance inspirations, just because like you stand out to me because you're a queen that is more than capable of doing stunts if you wanted to, but you have so much stage presence that you don't need to. And that is so fierce to me. Like, I love that energy.
I used to be able to do the splits, and then everybody else learned how to do them, and they just got less exciting, so I stopped doing them.
It just wasn't special anymore.
Exactly.
And you're good enough that you didn't need to do them anyways. You're like, I'll let all the other ones do it. But so the way that the drag family of it all came to be, I'm pretty sure it was because so this was right around because I was very good friends with Rory Roulet and Frizzy Borden. We were an old trio, and we're still good friends. But the Frittiettes from back in the day, and so that was so Frizzy had been adopted by Giganta Smalls, and it was shortly after Rory had been adopted by Mia. And then I was like, where's my drag mom? And then you were like, fine, I'll do it.
Oh, you were tricked into being the foster parent of this child.
What happened, what I remember talking about, we were at the Shea one night, and like it was probably like an open stage night or something. And I had Frizzy, our friend Frizzy Borden, come up to me. I was like, hey, so, and we're like looking at Zelda while we're talking about her. And Zelda,
and I noticed it was not subtle.
It was not subtle at all. So I'm like, hey, as we're staring at her and talking about her, I'm like, I was thinking of asking Zelda of being my drag child. What do you think? And Frizzy was like, oh, yes, absolutely. So then you were like, you came over and you're like, what are you doing? And we're like, nothing. So yeah, later on that night, I had texted Zelda. I'm like, hey, so I was talking to Frizzy and I was thinking, do you want to be my drag child? And then then I think I was like, but if not, no big deal.
As though I was going to say no.
Right. And then I think you texted me literally a half an hour later, like, oh my God, yes.
Yeah. I mean, it was not a hard sell. You're very pretty. And for the whole like 2 months that I got to be your drag daughter in person, it was great. Yeah. And then we got COVID-ed.
Is that how soon after that was?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's wild.
It was January of 2020. because it was after I had shaved my brows, which was December of 2020.
Such a great day.
And
Yes.
she remembers that like it was a moment in history.
Listen,
It is a
December
moment in
5th, 2019 was the day that I shaved my brows, and it was in fact a day that will go down in history because it was the day that I stopped being ugly.
Well,
Uglier.
It was the day I got less ugly. But yeah, well, because it got to the point where, I mean, and anyone in Connecticut Drag will tell you this, you go out to dinner with a bunch of drag queens in Connecticut after the show, there's maybe one set of eyebrows at the entire table of 20 people.
Yeah, and it's my boyfriend who doesn't do drag.
Exactly. Like, because at that point, that was before Frizzy shaved her brows too, and so we would go out after the show, and Frizzy and I were the only ones with eyebrows, and eventually Rory and Callista peer pressured me into it, and we were at Callista's house, Callista Cakes, shout out Callista. We were at Callista's house, and they shaved my brows for me because I was like, I don't want to do it, I'm scared, and so Callista, they brought out the goddamn razor and just shaved my brows right there.
It really, like, when you're doing drag, like, honestly, I feel like once a week, it's really worth it.
Oh yeah, and I tell everybody that. I say, if you are doing drag once a week or more often than that, shave your brows. I get my temporary tattoo eyebrows off Amazon, and even like the day after I shaved them off, I was able to draw them back on with makeup. Nobody could tell.
Yeah.
Like, it's really, they are not hard to draw on because the stubble leaves a little shadow for you to fill in. Like, it's not like they disappear forever.
People swear online, oh, why'd you shave your eyebrows off there? And it's like, baby, they grow back.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, I mean, I work in like a professional like beauty industry setting for my day job, and like people don't fucking notice, or at least they don't say shit. Like,
they don't care.
Who cares?
Especially if you meet someone without eyebrows, that's just normal to you now.
Yeah.
Like, you don't, if the first time you see someone is without eyebrows, you don't think, oh, they look weird because they have no eyebrows. You think, oh, that's what they look like. And then they put eyebrows on, and then you're like, who is that? Like, when I saw Ivanna with eyebrows on for the first time, I was genuinely shocked. I said, who the fuck is this man, and what is he doing in Ivanna's house?
Oh my God.
You're not my mother!
It's actually super funny because, like, so July was pretty, I don't know about y'all, but for me, July was very slow with gigs.
Yep.
Like, I haven't had a gig. Like, today is my first gig since the beginning of July. And yeah, and what was I gonna say? Jesus.
Your eyebrows grew back.
Yeah, my eyebrows grew back, my beard grew in, and like I fully had like clients that come to see me every month at work, and like they didn't recognize me, or like I would be out at like the Shea, and people like saw me across the room and didn't recognize me after like until like 30 seconds later.
They're like, who's the trade?
Literally, right?
It's very well, because you say, who's the trade? And then she opens her mouth, and then you say, oh, never mind.
No, that's actually really funny because I feel like for me, the biggest giveaway of me in and out of drag is fully my voice. Like, if someone meets me in drag, they won't recognize me out of drag, but the moment I open my mouth, it's over.
Oh yeah. I mean, listen, it got to the point where I did a great Ivanna impression for the Drag Gauntlet Home Edition for a mini challenge. Let's see if I can attempt it.
I love that it's so high your microphone can't pick it up.
Well, usually when you speak, it's only to any dogs in about a 1 mile vicinity. So, such is fate. So now I have a question for the two of you. So how do you feel about the co-parenting situation? Because I'm realizing now the three of us haven't actually spoken about it together all at once ever.
That is true.
All I know is that at the very beginning, Ivanna was very willing to share responsibility online. She said, oh yeah, you can have her.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, I don't look at it as like I don't look at it as like I own this person. Like that sounds a little scary.
Yeah. Well, and some drag mothers are like that, where like
absolutely.
Like it's very intense with some drag families.
But like I don't know. I just look at it as like we're friends, and like we're close, and if you're also close with someone else, like
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, because like it's really for me, it's like it's the friend who is also a mentor of it all, and I feel
Yeah.
like you both fill that role to me, and so it's not like I don't feel like I have to choose.
No, never. It's like we're both partially responsible for you doing what you do to an extent.
Unfortunately,
Mhm.
yeah.
And we do unfortunately have to take responsibility for that to, to the world a little bit. So they say, sorry, world, this is our fault.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, Ada's more responsible than Ivanna, but I feel like Ivanna was made aware of her responsibility far before Ada was.
Just like the father, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
That
I can relate. I don't talk to my dad anymore, but
Well,
he died.
I was gonna say, unless you get out the Ouija board.
well, he
Oh.
must be nice to have taken the easy way out.
Y'all are stuck here. So my question, so Ada, did you have any drag family when you started, or were you just kind of a solo kind of girl?
I've never had a drag family in the sense that I didn't have anyone that was there to help me or teach me anything. The people that I was like, hey, will you be my drag mom? When I first started, I was like, I'd like your help and guidance, and I like
Mm-hmm.
you. And they're like, and that was it. So
Yeah.
it was just kind of okay, girl. I was
Yeah.
the girl that was doing something that nobody thought would catch on.
Mm-hmm.
And they were just like, you have to lip sync, you have to do this, you have to do this. So that was their advice for me.
Mhm.
And that's where it stopped.
Yeah.
you know
Wow, such a help.
yeah, they're like, basically do something else or you're not going to make it.
Oh my God.
And
So
now I guarantee you that you are in fact more famous than every single one of them.
yes. But I did have one person who her name is Brazil. She's absolutely wonderful. She kind of is, in her own little thing. She's a beautiful trans woman who looks out for people like myself who she notices and are like special, but nobody else is really like embracing them.
Mm-hmm.
And she reached out to me after she discovered me on Idol. She's someone who I'd always known beforehand through the community.
Mm-hmm.
But she's like, hey, I noticed that a lot of these like local people and whatnot aren't really giving you the attention and help and everything that you deserve. So although at that point we still had never even met in person, she's like, I'd like to know if you'd want to be my like drag daughter. But she as a trans woman was like, can I be your trans mom?
Oh, I love
Mhm.
that.
that was like how she did it.
Mm-hmm.
um and that was her way of saying, let me be your guidance, let me be here if you need to call somebody to talk to.
Mm-hmm.
As we mentioned with the drag families earlier, how it really is just people that are there for you as
Right.
you would expect family to be by definition. And she offered me that. She offered me the opportunity to use her last name of Noriega.
Mm-hmm.
She offered me, basically what you would think a standard drag family would be. And but aside from that, I have been a drag auntie to many.
Mm-hmm.
um and in the sense that I am that maternal figure for them, and I've gone out of my way to help people the way nobody wanted to help me when I was first starting.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm Auntie Ada, Grandma Ada, still Mama Ada, whatever to a lot of people, but never like an official drag family. um I have one daughter aside from you who is a dancer, but she's
Mm-hmm.
not a drag artist. She's just a beautiful girl who dances. She's the daughter of one of my best friends in San Antonio back
Mm-hmm.
home, and I kind of adopted her as CC Vox, and I would book her in my variety shows.
Oh, I love that.
So
Oh, very
yeah, and I loved having her and her talent there. And she's someone who needed guidance and wanted to break into entertaining and do all these other things. So I said, you can be my baby now. You will be CC Vox.
Yeah. Well, and I feel like the mentor thing is really what's most important, especially because like for me as somebody who like I didn't need as much help with like the makeup and like the like actual like doing drag. It was more so like the navigating the space that I really needed help with, and
Yes.
that's I think what Ivana helped me the most with. I mean, obviously she did have a heavy hand in teaching me to sew.
Oh, is she
And
where you learned to sew?
well, I learned to sew. I learned the basics from Mia
Yeah.
Easylay, who taught most of Connecticut how to sew. Um,
And
Facts.
she still looks like that?
well, so she taught most of Connecticut how to sew, but Ivana was the one who taught me to sew faster.
Okay.
Because Mia's all about the the garment has to look perfect from the inside. It's it's got to be a perfectly made garment. Ivana's like, just get it done on your body. It's fine.
But still do it well.
Right. Do it so it looks good from the outside.
Because that's all that
And
really matters in drag.
right.
If it looks good from the outside and it looks good enough on the inside, that's all that matters.
As long good enough from the outside and like it will stay together from the inside.
Yeah. Is Mia the type that says, now we're gonna line this part, we're gonna make sure this is serged, we're gonna trim these edges, we're gonna
Oh yeah.
no.
To an extent, because there's definitely things like when it comes to sewing where it's like you really should do this, like darting and like serging's really nice, but when it comes to like things like lining and whatnot, it's like who the fuck needs this for drag?
Yeah.
Not one.
Yeah.
I mean, but Mia will she'll serge everything. She'll press her things and make all her stuff real nice.
She'll press her seams and everything.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
maybe I need to reach out to Mia to take some in-depth lessons because
I know she's taking commissions.
Is she really?
honey,
Yeah, I think so.
God.
with her process, it's going to be a 6-month turnaround.
Oh no, she's very
Oh no,
quick,
she's
actually.
very fast. She's
She
just
is very fast.
if you sew Mia's way, it will be slow unless you're Mia because she does it so much and has done it for so long that like she can in fact get the perfect bodysuit made in 30 minutes. It's a little terrifying to watch her do it.
I mean, it's kind of giving Drag Race Design Challenge
Oh
winner.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh she absolutely can and would. Like it's like she will wake up one morning and say, I think I want to have a delightfully made gown, that looks very expensive ready for the show tonight. And it will in fact be done. Every time. She like
that's a great attribute to have as a drag performer, where people are constantly expecting more and different and new.
Oh yeah. Well, and like she's constantly cleaning out her closet, and like sometimes she'll be selling outfits that she made and never even wore. She was like, I made this and I was gonna wear it, but I never got to wear it, and it was just cluttering up my closet because she just makes so many outfits. Like my drag duel promo, the water gown was a Mia Easily outfit that she made. She wore it once and then was like, I'm not gonna wear it again, and so she sold it to me.
And it fits you that nice? Did you do alterations or was it just perfect?
Well, so Mia's measurements, her bust and hip measurements are the exact same as mine. It's just her waist is like 10 inches smaller.
Yeah, she is cinched. Yeah.
And so she goes crazy on the corseting. And so it's a stretch gown, so I was able to stretch just enough in the waist for me to get it zipped, and then it fit me real nice.
So I do have a question regarding you and Ivanna's relationship a little bit. Because I know you said that you learned a little bit of the business, a little bit of how to sew. Was there anything else that felt notable that you learned from Ivanna, and maybe that you even accidentally learned from Zelda?
I know one thing I definitely remember telling Zelda, like a conversation we had, was I'm like, don't be afraid to ask for things. Like
that was a very big thing.
Ask for it. Like if you want to do a show, ask. There's really no harm. The worst thing they're gonna do is say not right now or no. But like if you want to do a show and you haven't been asked to do it yet, just ask if there's space in the future, or talk to people, because I know that's how I started getting booked, was just asking.
Yeah, well, because that came up because I was like, I was doing the open stage every Thursday and I really wanted to perform more, and a lot of my friends were like, don't ask for bookings, like people don't like that, like you don't want to seem needy or whatever, or like be annoying. And so I messaged Ivanna and I was like, listen, what's the tea here? Because like these other baby queens are like, don't ask for bookings. What do I do? And she was like,
Yeah.
no, ask. And so I did, and I got bookings, and it worked.
Were those girls saying not to ask booked?
They well, they booked more than me, but they had also been there a while, and it was very much like at that point is very much like a pay your dues and wait around for something to happen. And I was like, yeah, but I don't wanna.
Who wants to do that?
Exactly. And so I asked and I got. And then I got, well, and then right when I started getting booked, that's when I got hit with COVID and had to go back to New Jersey. So then it was,
Everything is legal in New Jersey. That's all I can think of is when you talk about home.
Happiness is not legal in New Jersey. Get me out of here, please. Oh, I hate it here.
But Ada, you said that like with the woman that helped you out, were there any like definite takeaways you remember from, or you always carry with you from your relationship together, or?
Well, and she still checks in every now and again. She's very supportive, all of that, of everything that I do. And one thing that she kind of always told me was that I had something special, and that regardless of all of the other people that were telling me that it wasn't going to pan out the way that I wanted to, because it wasn't quote unquote traditional, and it wasn't what was, popular, because that was in the age of Drag Race and everything still going on, was just to keep doing what I was doing, and my path would carve itself out.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And it did.
Yeah, little by little it has. So
Mhm.
I'm happy with where I've ended up without the support of an actual like drag family that said, here's how you do this, learn how to do this, here's how you do your makeup, here's this. It was all trial and error, and there was a whole lot of error at the beginning.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like everybody has that. Like that. Listen, I've gone through so many old pictures of Ivanna, and there's always a lot of error with the trial at the beginning.
Yeah.
You know what? Here's the thing. So like very much like Ada, when I started drag, there like where I started, it was a very small, already like together community of queens.
Mhm.
And they did not like new people at all. So when I started, it was a weekly competition or a bi-weekly competition. It was called Drag Wars, and it was at this bar in Northampton that doesn't exist anymore. But like when I started, it was like unless you were like already friends with these people that like basically ran everything, and it was like 3 or 4 people that ran everything, you were not getting anything. So it was when I started drag, it was like learning how to do everything myself, like makeup and like putting outfits together and hair. And it wasn't until like actually I met Mia Easylay that like her and I were like became friends and were able to like start figuring shit out together.
Yeah. Well, and
So
I feel
Mia's
like
your
that's
sister.
Very much so.
yeah. We are Ivanna and I are part of the extension, the full extended House of Lay.
I am all of my nieces are the House of Lay.
Yeah. So those are my cousins.
So they're your cousins. Does that what is that? I'm trying to claim what my relation would be to them if they're your cousins.
Well, you have your cousins, and then you have your first cousins and your second cousins.
Well, I feel like it would be first cousin once removed.
So, some definitely a removed in there, because
Yeah.
Ivanna is just the sister wife.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh God,
Right.
family is complicated. In Arkansas, anyone can be your husband or wife.
That's wild.
So,
It's terrifying.
and it extends to anything as well.
Unless you're a homosexual.
You can marry anything except for another man.
You can marry your first cousin as long as they're not the same gender as you.
So what I'm hearing is transition so that you can date your first cousin. That's the solution. Remember,
Oh.
kids, if you don't want to be gay, be trans instead.
That's iconic.
Yeah.
We should
Hormones
teach
are the
that
answer to
in
everything.
school.
So now I have a fun question for you guys.
Oh
So
no.
after putting up with me for as long as you have, would either of you ever have more drag children?
Actually, I was saying the other day that I would have another drag child.
Really?
Yeah, I would. Cause yeah.
Well, I
You
feel
still
like it's
haven't
also
gotten. No,
you
go
don't have to
ahead.
deal with me in person now is the other thing.
Huh?
You don't have to deal with me in person anymore is the other thing.
Well, I do sometimes.
That's true. I am seeing you in like 3 days.
And like when you come and almost die of breathing issues at my house.
Yeah. Well, listen, Teddy and I are getting a hotel room, so I don't have to die.
But then you won't see my adorable, handsome cat.
Oh, we're coming to see your cat, remember?
Okay. Okay.
You
But
were
the
there when we
cat's the
made these
reason you
plans.
die.
Yeah, I know, but I won't have to sleep there.
Wait,
That's the hard part.
Ada, can I tell you the funniest story?
You may.
So the last time Zelda stayed here at my house, we have like one of those like blink like cameras in front of our house, just to keep an eye on things and whatnot. And my boyfriend, like we wake up in the morning and my boyfriend's like has these like notifications from like motion detected in front of your house at like 2 in the morning.
It
And
was 2:30, almost
yeah,
3.
yeah. And he's like, and my boyfriend's like, what the fuck? So he like opens it, and all of a sudden you see at like 2:30 in the morning, 3 a.m., the door fly open, and Zelda like walks outside and is just like standing on our front porch. And Xander's like my boyfriend, he's watching this video and he's like, does Zelda sleepwalk? And I'm like, I don't know why. And then he shows me the camera. So I'm just watching this video of Zelda standing on the front porch in the middle of the night. And then I'm listening to the video because there's like a microphone on it and everything. And I just hear and I'm like, oh no. She's not sleepwalking. She had to go outside so she could breathe a little.
Yeah. It was not fun at the time, but in hindsight, it was really funny.
So funny.
Please tell me you have that video still.
I think we can still get it. Yeah.
I think we should. I think that's something that needs to be posted on the internet.
That
absolutely.
goes in the Drag Race audition tape.
Yeah. My talents include breathing, but only sometimes.
Oh,
So,
so funny.
Ivanna, why all of a sudden would you want to adopt another drag child? What changed? Because I know once you had me, you were like one and no more, never again.
I don't know. I think the one and done was kind of a joke. Because it was funny, but
It
like
was funny.
I don't know. I've been doing drag for, just only a couple years.
Is that what they call a decade now?
It's been 10 years since I started. It's wild. But I don't know. I definitely feel like I have a lot of knowledge and I'm very good at what I do, and
Yeah.
I can easily pass that along to someone. And yeah.
I think
Yeah,
I'm mostly curious as to why you'd want to have another child when you still haven't gotten off the pregnancy weight from the last one.
It's not pregnancy weight, it's just bloating. Gosh.
I didn't deny that there was also bloating.
Bloating like a dead body in a pool.
That's dinner for Ada.
Cannibal Ada.
Yeah. Listen,
Gosh.
I'm never letting you live that down.
But you know what's funny? I'm gonna get so canceled. It's so funny. Just because you remember when the Jeffrey Dahmer series came out, they made everyone get rid of their lyrics and cancel Kesha because she had cannibal in one of her songs from a decade ago.
Yeah.
And all this stuff. I'm like, y'all people do too damn much. Can we cancel culture when it gets like that? Because that's just girl.
Oh yeah. Oh, it is entirely too much. But so I think it's time that we move on to the audience questions because we actually got some for this episode finally.
Slay.
So our first question comes from Cassidy, who asks, specifically Ivanna, but Ada and I will answer as well. What is your favorite sandwich in great detail?
Oh, my favorite sandwich in great detail.
Mm-hmm. We need to know everything.
So I'm actually going to go with a wrap because it's still technically enough of a sandwich. But there used to be, I used to work in, it is like, if there ain't bread, it ain't no fucking sandwich.
We're gonna have that debate at a later question.
But okay, so there used to be this like ice cream place I used to work at in high school and college. And I would always order like to take home literally every day I worked. It would always be a crispy chicken because they had the really like good, like crunchy, like Tyson chicken tenders. So it would be with those, and it was a chicken Caesar wrap. So the romaine, the Parmesan, but I would always get extra Caesar dressing. And extra cheese, of course. And then it would be in a tomato basil wrap. And I could literally eat that for every day of my life.
That sounds really sexy. And now I'm very hungry.
So good. Like if I had to have a last meal, that would easily be my last meal.
Her last damn meal, and she wants a healthy wrap.
It's not that healthy. They drown it in Caesar dressing, mama.
So, Ada, which cut of the human do you like in your sandwich?
I'm partial to the breast. But
I like my sandwiches with big tits.
Yeah. I like my sandwiches like I like my man. Yeah, big titted. My actual favorite sandwich, I love Subway. I'm so sorry.
Really?
Like people like don't like Subway. I don't know, for whatever reasons. I feel like I can always rely on Subway, and I think part of the reason is because of how much I travel. It's one of those things that I can get just about anywhere, any airport, any city, any I feel like I can get it in mostly any country as well, with the exception of KFC, which I've seen in more countries. But I am a meatball sub type of person.
Ooh.
I know that now. I was doing this before they made it like an actual sandwich, so I guess a bunch of people were doing it, but the meatball marinara with pepperoni slices and mozzarella cheese toasted on an Italian herbs and cheese footlong bread, and then I add jalapenos and I add a ranch dressing and Parmesan cheese.
We are in fact a ranch family here. Listen, Ivana and I, one of the things we bonded on is that we are in fact a ranch family. We love ranch.
Yeah. Oh, I will, like, you can get me one of those big like half-gallon things of Hidden Valley Ranch, and it'll be gone in 4 or 5 meals.
See, we do the Ken Steakhouse ranch.
I'm Ken Steakhouse all the way.
Yeah, I tried it at Ivana's house, and it's a game changer. It's
so much better. I guarantee you, it's so much better than Hidden Valley.
Yeah.
Get the Kens. I always get the squeezy bottle because it's convenience.
I just like ranch, so
yeah. Well, because here's the thing: I like Hidden Valley better for like an actual salad, but the Ken Steakhouse, if you're dipping shit, that's what you want.
Yeah.
Also, the reason I went when you mentioned Subway, hold on, I need a tissue because my nose is running all the way away from me. The reason that I gasped was because I just remembered. Did you guys see that thing that Subway was doing where if you legally change your name to Subway, you get a $50,000 Subway gift card?
What?
Is that
Yeah.
worth it though?
Probably not, but and they said they would also cover the legal fee for changing your name.
What if I like made my middle name Subway and like it was my business, like my professional name, like Ada Subway Vox?
I like that.
Honestly, kind of a serve. I would honestly, I would tweet at them and ask if that's like a thing. Because I mean, if you're gonna eat at Subway all the time,
Yeah, because I mean,
make it
lots of
free.
queens are hiding a foot long.
$5 foot long.
I don't think they're charging that much. I don't think they can get away with it.
In this economy.
Honey.
So my favorite sandwich is from there's this sandwich place here in Jersey called Tasty Subs, and that's tasty with 2 E's, Tastee. And I don't know what the fuck they do to these sandwiches, but I just get it's a turkey and cheese with lettuce, onion, and mayo, and a little salt and pepper on just like a regular sub roll, whatever the fuck they got. And that is like the best sandwich ever. And I don't know why, because it's a relatively boring sandwich, but it slaps so hard every time.
I bet you they probably make and season their own meats and everything and carve them
Gotta
there.
do something to it.
Yeah,
But
they might even make their own bread.
yeah, whatever they do, it's just like it's so good.
Okay, so next time I'm there, I gotta try that.
Oh, absolutely. Oh yeah. So our next question. Chris asks, Ivanna, what were your favorite and least favorite parts of Camp Wanakiki?
I don't know what Camp Wanahoohee is, but so okay, let me be real for a minute. My favorite and least favorite parts, right?
Mm-hmm.
My favorite is definitely was just like hanging out when like meeting everyone because like we had a really good cast and we all had a lot of fun together. And like a few months later, after the show like wrapped up and all the episodes premiered, almost all of us went to the Austin International Drag Festival.
Mm-hmm.
And all of us, they put us all on the same floor. And I have to say that weekend was probably one of the most fun weekends I've ever had doing drag in my life, because like we were all hanging out together. We were all just like doing all these shows together and screaming at each other. And that easily just hanging out and like people a little bit knowing who I was, like without meeting, was kind of cool. But the worst part was like, other than that, I didn't really get anything out of it, or like it was very like disorganized. And
I hear that hasn't changed.
no, I know that hasn't changed. But it was a lot of work for very little payback.
Yeah.
And I feel like I put in a ton of work for like what I ended up getting out of my time there.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was too pretty for the competition.
And they told you that to
They
your face. It's on
did.
video.
Well, I think that's one of those things where it's just the type of show where it's at a place where you said like people will kind of recognize you from having seen you at some point, but not big enough to get the benefit of bookings and actual exposure to where but that's, I guess you can't really fault the show for that.
Well, no,
it's still working its way up, I guess.
But they've been on that for like they're pretty much at a similar spot to where they were 5 years ago. Like they're on Out TV now, but less people watch because you have to pay for it. It's not a show that draws a big enough crowd for it to be to be worth paying for.
Mm-hmm.
And like I was told by a certain someone who I will not name that I should audition, and I was like, but is it worth it? And they were like, no. And I was like, then why would I do it? And they were like, it was fun. And I was like, no, I don't think so.
What else is fun? Making money.
Yeah, it is. Which I'm also not doing, but at least I wouldn't have to do it at a summer camp.
I will say, when we filmed, it was like beginning of spring. So it was like perfect outdoor drag weather. It would be like 70 degrees during the day. And then at night it was like 50, and that was amazing.
Okay, that's sexy. Maybe I'll consider it.
If it's not indoors, I'm not doing it. Doesn't matter the weather.
That is very fair. All right, our next question. Geeko asks, what are your favorite colors or color combinations to wear in drag?
Oh, I already know.
Ivanna, start us off.
My favorite, if I was only able to wear 2 colors in drag for the rest of my drag career, it would be black and it would be pink.
Yeah.
I need no other colors, just black and pink, and my drag wardrobe is set for life.
Black, pink in your area.
Yeah.
And Zelda, you do a lot of different things.
I do.
Like you seem to like to really dabble in colors. You're wearing a green wig for some reason.
Yeah.
What like is your go-to for drag staples colors?
So I feel like my go-tos are also black and pink, but in a different way than Ivanna's. Like I feel like Ivanna goes for a much more like a much more fun and like, you know, cheerful sort of vibe with her drag, and I go for a bit more of an edgy sort of vibe with my drag. So like her pink and black is like a fun cowgirl, and my pink and black is like the Hot Topic look.
I've seen you do a cowgirl in pink.
Yes, I have done that.
Yeah.
Which is that's my very much Ivanna inspired look.
I am very let's see. I would describe myself as stereotypical Barbie. For those of us
every
who have
other
seen the
drag
Barbie
queen
movie.
ever.
Yep.
I still haven't seen the movie.
You haven't?
It was
No.
so good.
I am genuinely not interested.
Although
What?
I forgot we have to. You finished Coraline. How was Coraline?
Oh, I did. I enjoyed it. I liked Coraline. The ending was I mean, to be expected. It made me feel like is there another part 2?
I think they were supposed to make one and it got canceled.
Okay, see, I was wondering because it ended like there was supposed to be more.
Yeah. Well, I feel like that's a movie that would have been a good one to have a sequel to, because I feel like there's so much more they could do with that.
Yeah.
But I don't know all the lore, but I'm pretty sure there was like supposed to be another one, and then it just like didn't get made for whatever reason. But
I'd be really intrigued in a live action Coraline.
I'd
be
I heard something about that. I don't know if it was just like a rumor, but I remember
because I love Coraline. And I think I forced my boyfriend to watch it, and then he started sending me memes about how cool a live action Coraline would be with Sarah Paulson playing the other mother.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
and that would be very fierce.
Oh, that would be so good.
Wouldn't she technically just play both mothers?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, she would. Yeah, but she'd wear button eyes for some of it, and that would be cool.
But then it would be spooky Sarah Paulson.
Yeah. Ada, what's your colors in drag? What's your go-to?
I when it goes to being on stage, I'm not a big colorful person.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have so much drag that has never been seen because it's not something that I would wear on stage.
Yeah.
I have it because I'm waiting for that time. But if I had to pick just like my go-to colors to be seen by the world, would probably be black and white.
Yeah.
I'm a very classic diva when it comes to that situation. You'll find me in a white gown and a black gown and a black and white gown and in a light black followed by a dark black gown.
Yes, I love all the different shades of black: light black, dark black, soft black, neon black, pastel black.
And maybe my summer black.
There's more options than people realize with the color black, okay?
Yeah. Okay, so now we get to the most important question. I didn't get a name for this one because this person didn't have a name on their Instagram. But
boo.
Random person asks, how does Ivanna feel about the soup versus cereal debate?
Soup versus cereal.
So now we know that Ivanna didn't watch the last episode of Vox Talks. So we were asked the question of, is cereal a soup? And a follow-up, is ice cream a soup? So I'd love to know your thoughts on that. And then by extension, what makes a sandwich? Because you said a wrap counts as a sandwich.
Now we're opening up a can of worms.
Well,
All
but
right,
is the
I'm
can
gonna
of
close
worms
the
also
tab now.
soup?
Goodbye.
But is the can of worms also soup?
Well, let's look up the definition of soup. What
Oh,
is
we didn't think to do that last time.
Yeah.
We did not do that.
Well, we'll start with that. I got it here.
Okay, cool. This is so
Not
camp.
dumplings. Definition.
What is the
Okay.
dumplings of soup?
Oh, well, then we get into the question of what makes a dumpling. What is it? Can you just stick anything inside of something else and make it a dumpling?
So, a soup, by dictionary definition, is a liquid dish typically made by boiling meat / fish / or vegetables, etc., in stock or water. So, I would say no, because there's no boiling of anything.
But it also said typically.
Yes, it did. That
That's
was not a fast and hard definition.
And then there are cold like soups that are served cold, right?
Exactly.
Do they-
Although I think a lot of those cold soups are made by boiling stock and then serving it cold, like you cool it down.
So maybe the definition of soup is like something that's like cooked and then like served.
So what if I microwave my cereal?
That's revolting.
Make it a little bit cheesy, but in the wrong way.
Okay, so is pasta water soup?
I mean, you can use pasta water for like dishes, so maybe.
But is it soup in itself?
I think it might be. I mean, I wouldn't eat it, but
I mean, I would say maybe if we add that it's something you would eat, then it's soup. Right? No?
I mean, does soup have to be edible?
I mean, the way some people make it, probably not.
Is hot dog water soup?
Do you eat hot dog water?
Do you not?
I will this evening just for you. I know I have some cheesy hot dogs. I will boil them and drink the water just for you.
Please do. Please get it on video.
I will put the clip in this episode if you do it.
Please.
That's hilarious.
And here is Ivanna drinking.
And here's Ivanna drinking the hot dog water as promised.
And if you don't see it here, she was a little bitch.
Yeah. So I guess the soup debate comes to a close, or does it?
Dun dun dun.
I think we have to ask this to like every guest now. I think this has to be like our compulsory question.
Be prepared to answer this question of one of life's greatest debates.
My official answer is going to be a hot and steamy no.
Well, all right. So your no is in fact soup.
Yes.
Okay. Got it. Okay, just wanted to clarify. So I think it's about time we start wrapping things up, and that means we're on to our final segment, which is song association.
Okay.
So Ivanna, do you know how this works?
I believe you give me a word and then I have to come up with a song that has that word in it, correct?
Yes, that is correct. Absolutely.
Okay.
So I have a list of words here in the document, and so we will go back and forth between the three of us, randomly choosing a word for somebody else to pick a song that is worded in that word. So
right.
I think that I would like to give Ivanna a word to start us off.
Okay.
I'm going to give you the word top.
Wait, which one? Top?
Yes.
You put my love on top, baby, because you're the one I love, the only one I need. Come on, baby, it's you.
that is also the one that I was thinking. Well done.
That was great. And that you that was quick. It was quick.
Oh yeah, she was on it. Okay.
And now Ivanna should get to throw a word to somebody.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Throw a word to Ada.
I'm gonna throw Ada. I'm gonna give you the word someone.
Okay. Oh, well, that I guess the Adele, right? Never mind, I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best for you too. Does that counts?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Why wouldn't it? I always feel
Zelda.
so inadequate when you sing.
No.
It only counts if you sing in a key that your microphone can register.
Oh my god. See, I used the new microphone in hopes that it wouldn't cut out. Did it still cut out?
No, it worked.
Oh,
It
yay!
But it got like a little fuzzy, but it was still so good.
It was much better than the first episode.
Just completely gone.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Zelda. Let's do real.
Really is what you feel.
Not a RuPaul song. No, canceled.
Gay. Fracking.
RuPaul fracking Charles.
All right. I mean, it's a song. It had a word.
Yeah, listen, it was the one that I thought of, unfortunately.
I was thinking classic drag. Got to be real. Got to be real.
Ooh, yep.
Okay, that's fair.
You know, you're young.
I'm just a baby. Okay, now let's go reverse. I'm gonna give Ada a word.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna give you Chase.
Can I do chasing?
Sure.
Okay. Should I give up or should I just keep chasing pavements even if it leads nowhere?
Only Adele.
That one counts, right? When it comes to chase, I don't the other only actual word chase. I don't know.
I can't think.
I can't think of anything either. That's why I was like, chasing is fine because I can't think of anything for Chase.
Because it was either that one or Chasing Cars by Snow Patrol.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Okay.
I thought it was amazing. Nonetheless.
No. Thank you. So Ivanna, I want to hear you sing something. I really want to hear you sing something with the word wake.
Wake. Wake me up before you go. Da, 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 da. Wake me up before you go.
Oh, hey, that counts for something, baby.
I'll give you half a point for knowing half the words. That was something.
Or wait. I could do wake me up.
Oh yeah.
That was mine. Yeah. That was what I would have done. I sing that song regularly for shows.
Love that.
That's a great one.
Now what you got for Zelda?
Ivanna, yes. Word.
Let's see. Zelda, I'm gonna give you the word ring.
If you like it, then you should have put a ring on it. If you like it, then you should have put a ring on it. Whoa, and I'll stop there to spare you.
I feel like you've been waiting to do that your entire life.
No, I have not. All right. And that brings us to the end of the episode.
And Ivanna's still not wearing any makeup.
I have foundation on.
Oh, your skin is beautiful, by the way.
So is yours.
No, mine is because of the poor camera quality. You can't see shit. But your skin looks genuinely flawless.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
She looks really pretty in person too. It's kind of annoying.
She's too pretty for camp, honey.
Yes.
Literally.
That's not a bad thing.
I am the most beautiful woman in New England.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. We'll leave it at that. So before we go, Ivanna, do you have anything you want to plug?
Yeah, you can friends can follow me at all of my social media is under IVANNAKWN. That's all of my social medias on the Instagram, the TikTok, the Twatter.
It's X now. It's not
I,
Twitter.
I don't care. And then if you're ever in like New England, come see one of my shows because my shows are really good. Especially my one woman shows. They're like a lot of fun and they're really different. And yeah.
As somebody who has performed in one of Ivanna's one woman shows, making it no longer a one woman show, I can confirm that it was really fun
Yes.
and definitely worth going to if you're
Yes.
ever in the area. Ada, do you have anything to plug?
Nope. I'm doing a pageant, but by the time this is posted, I think that will be done. Maybe.
When's the pageant?
You're gonna win.
It's the coming Monday.
This will be posted by then. It's
Oh, well,
coming
then
out Sunday.
I'm doing a pageant tomorrow. Send me money.
Okay. If for the audience, all of our socials and payment info will be in the description if you would like to follow us or even tip us because we're so funny and so pretty. Well, except for Ivanna at the moment. But I promise
She's
when
still
Ivanna's
funny.
done, she's really pretty. And for me, I would, as per usual, like to plug Drag Duel. That's at Drag Duel on all social media. The premiere is tomorrow. If you're watching this live, if you're not, then that means it's already out and you should definitely go watch it. This cast is phenomenal. We just Ada Vox is our guest judge. If you're watching this live, that means we are literally right now filming our critiques. It's going to be really great. And next week we will have Derek and Bootsy of Drag Duel fame on as our guests to discuss all things Drag Duel. And of course, you can follow me on all my socials at zeldavox. Make sure you subscribe to me here on my YouTube for weekly episodes of Vox Talks. I know we were absent last week due to Ada being sick and me being tired, but we will now officially be here every single Sunday to bring you whatever the fuck this is.
Work.
So with that said, make sure you follow us on all of our socials. Make sure you tip us if you feel so inclined. And that's all we got. Have a lovely day, everybody. Goodbye.